So we now know 3 of the 4 teams that will be participating in the League Cup or Premier Sports Cup semi-finals as Rangers defeat Hibs 2-0 at Ibrox to get a much needed win for Rangers, especially with everything that was going on before and even during the game in terms of protesting. However, I don't think that'll do a lot to change Rangers supporters' minds. The game itself, I think, was pretty scrappy from both sides, but Hibs in particular, they were just untidy all day in the game. It was particularly Kieran Bowie. He had a really disappointing performance. Hibs did create the better of the chances early on in the game, and they did actually have the ball in the back of the net. A great ball from Dylan Levitt, who Martin Boyle, in first viewing, looked to have brought it down with maybe his thigh or his knee, and Butland nearly makes an amazing save, to be fair to him, but he just couldn't get enough on it to keep it out. VAR brought it back, and from the other angle, it looks as though he's controlled it with his arm, so rightfully disallowed. Both teams, bit scrappy for the remainder of the first half, right up until Rangers get a goal from a set piece again, which has been the majority of their goals this season. It's a thumping header from that man in picture, Nico Raskin, who did end up getting man of the match and made a bit of a statement to Russell Martin about leaving him out of the team. We'll see how Martin addresses that, of course. His name was ringing out throughout the stadium at multiple times throughout the game, and in added time, Bojan Miovski opened the account for Rangers as well. Good ball in behind from Raskin. Mikey Moore has an effort on goal. Bashiri blocks it, but it falls favourably to Miovski, who taps it in for his first Rangers goal. And it's 2-0 at half-time, despite the fact that Hibs probably felt as though they created the better clear-cut chances in the game. Rangers took their chances and made a little bit less mistakes than Hibs did. The second half, though, Hibs never really got going at all. It only looked like one team was going to be going through. Rangers had a few efforts that Gassama cut inside, hit the bar. It was a really good effort from him. Hibs were messing around with it at the back, and Gassama pounced on it, laid it back to Miovski, who got it underneath the goalkeeper, and Grant Hanley rescued Hibs at that point, clearing it off the line. A couple more efforts from Rangers as well to try and get that third goal to kill it off. They did end up putting the ball in the back of the net from another set play. Miovski at the double, I think it was, but he was offside, so the goal rightfully disallowed. And from there, it was just a bit of a petering out. Hibs huffing and puffing, but miscontrolling passes, crosses, getting flung in that were just really poorly delivered in. It was a comfortable win for Rangers in the end. Can they kick on from here? Remains to be seen, despite the fact that they have progressed to a cup semi-final, which is a massive positive. The result earlier on in the league between Dundee and Livingston means that they've dropped to 11th place in the league today as well. Of course, they have a game in hand that was not played in comparison to Dundee, for example, but come the game against Livingston next weekend, they could potentially find themselves in 12th place, which probably won't happen because Aberdeen have been really poor, and they of course got knocked out of the cup by Motherwell earlier today as well. So we've got one more game to go in the Premier Sports Cup tomorrow between Partick Thistle and Celtic. We haven't had that cup upset yet. Tomorrow is the last chance to get it, and we'll see who out of Partick Thistle and Celtic will make up the final team to go to Hampden Park for the semi-final, and then the draw will most likely happen tomorrow as well, I'd imagine, for that too. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new around here, please consider checking out some of the other content on the channel, particularly the SPFL RTG that's been up and running on the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.